rid of these ain't a problem to me. Tried to tell the maid service don't come unless you bringing condoms to me.
Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Moving, shaking, coming down, tipping. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping. Moving, shaking, coming down, tipping. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping. Moving, shaking, coming down, tipping. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping. Moving, shaking, coming down, tipping. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping. Ay, ay. Look, I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Look, Papa don't preach, teachers don't teach. Gon' reach, that's facts. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm making that cash stack. Bunch of O's like NASCAR, but it's really more like NASDAQ. Why they thinking that they hot when they really more like quarter on me like a referee? Hating what they'll never be. Small top with a big bottom, yeah, shorty shaped like a letter D. Let her have it, then I let her be. If you love it, gotta let it grow. Crazy cause you really never know. When I'm hurting, never let it show. I'm a two-tone, two-phone, two-chain, new thing, lame whip, but you a broke. Low class, no cash, certified lame. I'm getting to it like I ought to. Couldn't pick, so I bought two. Understand why your chick came, I'm just trying to figure why she brought you. I'm really reppin' and I'm flexed up, and I ain't gotta tell him I'm next up. Sleep on the they rest up, but I'm up and I'm getting my checks up. Me and the fellas be high as propellers, they could tell us we great. Looking at like how do you figure unless you been talking about 8 figures. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Look how we litty, we turned up the city, we raising the bar height. I been finessing, just look at them stressing, yeah, they been up all night. Sipping this water with somebody's daughter, she take what I taught her and build on it. Came in this game on that today, ain't in a couple years later, we still on it. Be hating on it, be waiting on it like a new season. I bet an acre on it, I put some paper on it like I'm loose leafing. Buying them assets, build me a cash net, I could fall in. Look at my last bet, ain't got a tiptoe, I'm all in. Think on a level that can't fail, and I roll me a J with the hate mail. Been doing good on the merch sale, all this bread on me look like a bake sale. Tell her what's really good, I be really good on a jaw jack. Send an email about the bread, I'ma hit you back with the call back. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be.
Come on in. Welcome to another Thursday night Rolling Commerce podcast. I'm your host, Mark the Mentor. This is episode number 13. Episode number 13. Come on in, hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. Let me see. Let me scroll back up to the top. I see we got Andrew Green. We got New Jersey representing. I see Expediting America in the building. Michigan tonight. Who knows where tomorrow? Okay, you traveling. I see you. Alabama in the building. See Asmarola in the building. West Coast is in the building. J. Cole. What else? What else? INGS Logistics, South Carolina. Big Herm is in the building. I see Kelvin Birch is in the building. He says he is now part of the T-Force family. So as it's official today. Okay, congratulations. Congratulations on that. Mark, thank you for the influence and help. My wife said you're the GOAT. Tell your wife I said thank you. I appreciate that. Shout out to you and your wife. What else? Who else we got in the building? Who else we got? It's D Walk. I see Cleveland in the building. Bill Bob in the building. Who else? Lou Jackson in the building. Maine is in the building. Back at it. Tennessee. I see Tony. We got Detroit in the house. Come on in, guys. Hit that like button. Let me know where you guys checking in from. I see it's a light night so far. It'll probably build up later. If it don't, then they'll catch the replay. Tonight is one of them nights where it's a reality check night. It's part 3 of Box Trucker versus Business Person. People that are familiar with this Box Trucker versus Business Person series, they probably just don't want to come in here and face the reality that I'm about to kick, right? Because they know that they're guilty. They know that they're guilty and they don't want to face the reality. But they may pull up later. If not, then they'll catch the replay in the privacy of their own home or their own truck where they're at, so they don't, let their emotions get the best of them and say something in the chat. And then I'm going to have to drop the link and bring them up here and hold them accountable in front of everybody. So come on in, hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. And we're going to get started. Shout out to Dan John, new subscriber, be here because of Expediting America. Okay, shout out to you. Shout out to Expediting America. Shout out to C. Simmons, Atlanta in the building. Box Trucker versus Business Person. All right, this has been a very interesting week in the trucking industry, just all together. Not just box trucking. And I said a few weeks ago or a month ago or 2 months ago that eventually coming soon, you're going to start seeing a bunch of people get exposed. I said that. I said people are broke and people are about to start pointing the finger. Everything I say comes into fruition. I remember saying this. I don't know if I said it on a Wiseman show or a Thursday night show, but I said people are broke and they are eventually about to start calling these influencers out, and we've seen a bunch of that going on. We saw the trucking guru yesterday get called out by one of the main exposure YouTubers, Spencer Cornelia, known for calling out a bunch of people, which is why he's amassed a big following. We've had some incidences on this channel, not necessarily calling people out, but just exposing a lot of misinformation. And there's some other things out there that I don't really want to go in tonight. We'll probably save that for the Monday night show so that me and Kurt can give our thoughts on everything that has occurred over this past week, just in the trucking and the box trucking space. I had a very interesting live stream the other night that went on for 5 hours. The reason why I went on for 5 hours is because right when I was getting off, somewhere around hour 2 hours and 45 minutes, I had a guest pop up, and that went another 2 hours. And if you guys didn't catch that pop up from the other night, or if you did catch it and you didn't watch it all the way through, I highly advise you to get to that 3 hour mark. And I guarantee you, if you make it to that 3 hour mark, you're not going to cut it off. You're going to watch that from the 3 hour mark all the way to the end. I guarantee you are going to do that. So tonight, with everything that has happened and just things that I'm seeing and I'm continuing to see, and me and Kirk are just pumping out great content, but yet and still people are just not getting it. Just not getting it. And even with the conversation that I had the other day with the young man, and I spent 2 hours with the young man, I think he eventually got it at the end. It took 2 hours. It took 2 hours to get him to kind of get it. And even after he got it, holding the person who misinformed him accountable was still something that he wasn't willing to do. And for the life of me, I cannot understand why. All right. So I had a whole different live stream planned tonight, but I think it's time to do Box Trucker versus Business Person Part 3. It's time to do a reality check and get a lot of people in order. All right. So first, Box Trucker, business person. If you came into this space and you invested into this business and you invested into something that you didn't understand, like I've exploited for so many people over the past few months, you, my friend, are a box trucker. I swear to God, you're a box trucker. You are not a business person. You may think you are a business person, but you are a box trucker. You invested into something that you do not understand. A lot of people that come up on this platform that I talk to have invested into this business. They do not have an understanding of it. Why? Because they haven't done their research. They've listened to people who've misadvised them and ill-advised them and misinformed them and misguided them and misled them. And they didn't have enough common sense to go behind those people and do their own due diligence. How can you label yourself as a business person when you don't go and do your own research? A business person, a person who owns the business, is the ultimate decision maker in the business. And you're coming into your own business that you founded, that you started, making horrible decisions. So how do you expect the business to have a life if the very first decisions that you're making are horrible? And these aren't like decisions that you're making within the business. These are decisions you're making about the business. These are common sense decisions. You not no business person, fam. You's a box trucker. You can't sit at the table with a person like me. I sit at the table with the business people. We speak two different languages. I talk business. When you come and watch my content, even though it's a trucking channel, I speak in business terminology. Everything I speak isn't generalized or pertaining directly with box trucking. I teach from a business perspective. How do you think you can sit at the table with me and have a conversation? We would, it'd be like talking two different languages. But yet and still, you got people out here that swear they own a business. No, you own a box truck. You are a box trucker. You are not a business person. We are not the same, fam. We not the same. It's different. It's different. You can't qualify yourself as no business person and you don't know right from left. How can you make critical decisions for the business when you haven't even done the research it takes to fully understand what you've invested in? Or what you're investing in, or what you're getting into. And then you get into it, oh, it's trash. Is it really? No, fam, it's just you don't know what you're doing. Because you invested into something that you fully did not understand. And that don't have nothing to do with just box trucking. That's any business. I don't care if you're going into the restaurant business. I don't care if you're going into the retail business. I don't care if you're investing in the paper assets. I don't care if you're investing in the digital assets. I don't care if you're going into real estate. Anything that you invest in, you should have a full understanding. You should know what you're getting yourself into. You need to have a full understanding of what you're investing in. And 98% of the people that I come across in this industry have no idea. You are not a business person. I do not look at you as like a business person. I look at you as a box trucker. On my soul. I'm not finna hold y'all long tonight, too. I'm not finna hold y'all long. Like, if you don't have a business plan, if you came into this space and you didn't have a business plan, you're not a business person. How can you qualify yourself as a business person? You running a box truck and you never created a business plan. Business plan, business person, no business plan. Where does you can't put an equal sign. If you didn't create the business plan, there's no equal business person. No business plan. If you got business plan with the circle, with the line through it because you didn't do it, that equals box trucker. You're not a business person. You don't have a seat at the table. You can't sit at my table because we wouldn't speak the same language. You a box trucker. And this is why you struggling. This is why you failing. This is why you can't figure it out. This is why you don't know right from left, up from down, right from wrong. Because you never created a plan. And if you never created a plan, that means you invested into something that you fully did not understand. Because if you would have done a plan, that would have forced you to do all the due diligence to learn on what you're investing into. No business plan, no business person. You just a box trucker. You out here flapping in the wind, fam. You don't know your right from your left. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You is running and you running off hope and you running off desperation and you saying a lot of prayers and you hoping for peak season and you hoping Mark is wrong about peak season, fam. It's November 2nd, fam, and you still hoping. You a box trucker, fam. On my mama, you a box trucker. I put it on my mama. On my mama, you are a box trucker, fam. On phone them. On my soul, you a box trucker, fam. You ain't no business person. I'm a business person. Kirk a business person. People that did business plans are business people. People that invest into things that they fully understand because they've done their due diligence are business people. You a box trucker, fam. You a box trucker. Next. Should I skip this one and come back to it? Yeah, I'm gonna come back to that one. Business structure. If you one of the people who, and no shot to people who run under an LLC, but let's keep it funky. A lot of people that are in trucking are LLCs. Majority of them. Why? Because people online, influencers, the same influencers that sold you a dream about the trucking during the pandemic. You know, you had the LLC committee. Let me help you get your LLC. Let me charge you $150 to start your LLC. LLC. Like that's the only structure of business. That's not the only structure of business. Everybody just run out and get an LLC. Never took a look at the other structures of business to see which one may fit you or may be suitable for you. Guy on the panel the other day, in the chat before he came up, want to go back and forth with me in the chat. I said, man, I'm an employee. Well, man, I own my business. People want to run around and say they own something like that's a great deal. I don't want to own nothing. That make me an employee, a high-paid employee. I want to be a shareholder. You know why? I'm a business person. I understand the differences of corporate structure. Ain't nobody finna sell me a dream. And shout out, it's some cases where LLC is good or LLP is good and things of that nature. But when it comes to the totality of the structures of business, me being a good business person that I am, I think a corporation is better. I'd rather be a majority shareholder. I don't need the title of owner. Make me a high-paid top. I don't want to be the CEO. Make me I'm the president. I'm the largest shareholder within the corporation, and I have the title of president. I am the highest paid. I get a take-home luxury car. And that corporation, operates as its own entity, and Mark operates as its own entity. And I'm indemnified from all and any liability that that corporation might be put up against if, God forbid, anything were to happen. What a lot of people fail to realize is that because they don't do their due diligence, they just run off what they hear online, is that it's easier to pierce the corporate veil of an LLC than it is a corporation. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It is easier to pierce the corporate veil of an LLC than it is of a corporation. Me? No. Make me a shareholder. No offense to anybody. And this is not about what's better, LLC or corporation. This is to get people to think when they invest in a business, to do full deep dive analysis of how they structure their business and understand the differences of the structures of business. A lot of people don't know it's easier to pierce the corporate veil of an LLC. A lot of people that have come up here on testimonials have pierced the corporate veil of the LLC. And if something were to happen, they would be deemed liable. To me, an LLC ain't nothing but a glorified sole proprietorship. Fam? To me, a LLC, to me, ain't nothing but a glorified sole proprietorship. And a lot of people that I've come across that have came up here for testimonials, that I've talked, that I've hit the link and brought up, have done one of the main things that if you were to get in trouble and a banking institution or a creditor or a credit card company wanted to come after you, if they went through the court system, it would be easy for the court to pierce the corporate veil of the LLC. And you know what that is? Commingling of funds. How many times have people come up here on testimonials and said, well, man, you know, after I paid this and paid that, I got to take care of home. I ain't splitting the difference. I'm just taking the money from the business. I'm robbing from the sustainability of the business, commingling of funds. So when your business goes out of business and you borrowed this and you got your creditor here, you're financing your truck here, you're financing your van there, you owe this company, you listen to an influencer online and you went and got an account with Uline, you can't pay them. You got all these creditors and you got an LLC. And one of them, I'm telling you who good at Capital One, good at piercing the corporate veil. Oh, they love LLCs. They love Capital One. Oh, don't pay Capital One. And you got an LLC. Did your favorite influencer or mentor tell you that? Them guys that y'all spending all that money with, did they tell you this stuff? Do they let y'all know this stuff? See how people come in tonight and they leave out? See, they don't want to hear that. See, right now the polls say 72%, I am a business person. That's cap. Where my stop the cap button at? Forget it. That's cap. 73% of people that's then hit this link that said they are a business person is full of cap. We've had a bunch of people that come up here and have pierced and have commingled of funds. They've said it on this platform and our LLCs. And once again, this isn't me putting LLC versus S Corp. This is me saying, how many people do y'all see that got a trucking company be an LLC? How many do you run across as a corporation? Why? Because they go off what influencers say. There's no way in holy hell, me personally, I'm going to protect myself. So when the guy the other day was going, well, I own my business. We ain't set up like you. Like, that's a bad thing. Fam, that's a good thing for me. I'd rather be in a place. I'm not caught up on titles. See, that's the thing. I'm a business person. Only a box trucker worries about shit like that. So they could go get their little funky ass business card made so it could have ABC Trucking LLC, Mike Jones, owner. Fam, I don't know. No. See, none of your favorite influencers and your box truck, whatever, these people that's charging all this money, see, they don't know this stuff. They don't know this stuff, and they not tell you. They doing what's easy for them so they could take your money. They not explaining you the difference. I swear to God, anybody that's in here that went through somebody to set up their structure of business, get their DOT, their MC, their EIN, I guarantee you, I put it up that they did not explain to you the differences of the structures of business. This is what this is about. This is why I'm putting you in the box trucker category. Because you didn't do your due diligence. Somebody come up here and said, listen, I know the different structures. This is this is this because of this. This is a pass-through for taxes. This is for this. I understand that, boom, I'm a little bit more liable here. I understand this is really just a glorified sole proprietorship, but it protects my personal assets somewhat. But you know what? If I go out of business for whatever reason, I understand the corporate veil on the LLC can get pierced easier than a corporation. A lot of people that come up here, commingling the funds is the number one thing a lot of people have done. They've said it and don't even know that that's wrong. You got a lot of people that's misusing the entity. You're a box trucker, man. Box trucker. Don't know your CPM. If you come up to me and you don't know your cost per mile, don't tell me you a business person. You a box trucker. On my soul, you a box trucker. On my life, you's a box trucker, fam. You're not a business person. You don't have a seat at the table. You can't sit with me. You can't sit at the table with the business people. We don't speak the same language. If you run in a truck and you don't know what it costs you to run the truck, you are not a business person. I don't give two goddams what the goddamn article of incorporation say, article of organization, whatever state you in, whatever they call it in your state, I don't care. If you don't know what it costs to operate your truck, you are a box trucker, fam. If you hit I am a business person in the poll, you need to go change your vote. You don't even need to put I am a box trucker. You need to put I am a lost soul with a box truck. That's your vote, fam. I'm gonna tell you a vote for you. If you don't know your cost per mile, man, you a lost soul with a box truck. Go change your vote, fam. You ain't no business person. We speaking two different languages. I'm speaking English. You speaking Mandarin or something. I don't understand what you talking about, and you don't understand me. This is why you got a bunch of people around here now talking about it's trash, this, that, and the third. Because they don't know they cost per mile. Or like the gentleman the other day, they done got misinformed by someone with some old made up formula, some based off hypothetical numbers, some made up numbers that was pulled out the air when you're running a business and you can utilize real numbers. Why are you pulling numbers out the air when you got the data right in front of you? What type of sense does that make? That shit the other day got me so mad. It's pathetic. I'm still mad. I changed my whole show around today to do box trucker versus business person part 3. Cost per mile. You don't know that? How you a business person? You don't know what it costs to operate. Your cost per mile probably $2. You taking loads for $160. I'm trying to figure out where the money going. How come I'm not making money? You don't know what it's costing you to operate. How can you consider yourself a business person? How can you consider yourself a person who can sit at the table with a guy like me and have a conversation when you don't even know what it's costing you to operate your business, fam? You a box trucker, fam. You are a box trucker. Anybody that I ask what's their cost per mile, and they get the and I'm not speaking about Buddy from the other day. I'm speaking in general because this is something that has happened all the time. You see it on testimonials all the time. But how you don't know that? You supposed to wear your cost per mile like you wear your socks, like you wear your drawers. How you don't know that? You running OTR, you looking on the load board day in, day out. So you should know your cost per mile because when you looking on the load board day in, day out for loads. So if you don't know your cost per mile like that, how are you bucking loads? That's why you failing. You a box trucker, fam. On my soul, you a box trucker. On my mama, on folding them, you a box trucker, fam. You can't sit at the table with a guy like me. You can't sit at the table with a guy like Kirk. You out here running a box truck. Y'all running box trucks and don't know what it's costing you to run. And then for the life of y'all can't figure out why you not making money. Then you want to run to the internet, run over here, run over there and say, man, it's trash. Or you get misadvised by somebody with a bullshit formula with hypothetical numbers. You don't include your fixed costs. You running a cost per mile based off a formula using some type of 100,000 mile annual average. I don't know where that shit came from. That's only including your variable costs. Doesn't include your fixed costs. And then you come up with a low number and then trying to figure out why you're not making no money. You a box trucker. The man who sold you the bullshit is a box trucker. The woman who sold you the bullshit is a box trucker. They not even business people. Because they don't even know what the hell they doing. They don't know what the hell they talking about. Because if they did, they wouldn't have did the dumb shit so that I could come up here, stand on this soapbox and hold them accountable for doing the goofball ass shit. We got buttons for people like that.
Yo, goof ass.
I got another button.
Goofy as hell.
How you don't? And it's not him. I'm speaking in general. It's a bunch of people. Y'all see it all the time. Don't know they cost per mile. Why do I got 72 people and I got 34 likes. I'll be back. Let me know when you get them likes up. I'm cooking. If I'm cooking, put a fire emoji in the chat. When them likes get up, I want to see fire emojis and I want to see likes up or I'm going to end it. So let me address these two comments and shout out to the one person that just hit the thumbs down. I appreciate y'all. They hit it by mistake. So where's this guy at? He said 15 minutes in, he's still trying to gauge the content. That means you new to the channel. That means you new to the channel. Only thing that means is you guys sit, watch, and catch up. Go watch the old content so you can understand where the context is coming from. I'm making perfect sense. You just new to the channel. So the people who watch the channel and are here all the time, they understand. People that are in trucking, they understand. I mean, cost per mile is cost per mile. So if I'm saying if you don't know your cost per mile and you running a business, how can you consider yourself a business person? I don't understand how that's hard to gauge. And to Stevie Wonder saying you see me cook before, I'm venting. How the hell I'm venting off somebody else's business? I'm straight. I ain't out here complaining. How can I vent about somebody else's businesses that are losing? I'm up here cooking to help y'all or help people who need to help or help people that need to hear this. This ain't venting. I'm not going to vent for somebody else's failure because they don't want to do what they need to do. I'm cooking. I'm going to vent for somebody else's failure. This ain't venting. This is me telling people they don't know they cost per mile. How is that venting that they don't know they cost per mile? This is me telling them they don't know they cost per mile. Help me understand that. Help me understand that. So we got one person that said he can't understand the context. I don't understand what you can't understand about cost per mile and a person not knowing it and running a business and people out here running business that don't know they cost per mile. I don't understand what's so hard to understand about structure of business. I don't understand what's hard to understand about not having a business plan when you start a business. How you got no context, bro? See, that means you new to the channel. And I'm not snapping, I'm just letting you know, cost per mile. So if I just sat up here for 5 minutes and said, listen, you got people out here running trucks that don't know they cost per mile. How do you expect to profit if you don't know what it's costing you to run? I mean, I don't understand how I can break it down more simpler than that. I talked about commingling of funds. I don't understand how I can break it down more simpler than that. You got a business and you're mixing business funds with personal funds. You're paying your personal bills from the business. We've talked about this because I've had people come up on my testimonial show, like I said a few minutes ago, and have admitted this. You don't watch the channel. You're new. So you got to watch so you can catch up. I don't understand how I can break it down more simply. And the other person, this ain't no venting. How I'm gonna vent for somebody else because they don't know they cost per mile. This me cooking. I'm cooking. Your favorite people is selling this shit. I'm holding them accountable. So how is it venting? I didn't sell nobody no bullshit cost per mile formula saying that you just you divide this number by 100,000. Did I come up with that? So how am I venting? The people who got sold that shit need to vent. I'm just putting the information out there so people know what to look out for. So if this is venting, then maybe I should stop. So people won't get the information. Maybe I should just continue to let people fail. Is that in context? Is that good context for you? See, over here, I dropped the link. Anybody that challenges me, I push back. I'm not here. I'm not selling nobody nothing. I don't need your subscription. I don't need your like. I don't care about none of that. I'm going to give you the truth, whether you like it or you not, or you don't. And this is why my channel has grown exponentially in a year. Because I give the truth. And not only do I give the truth, I'm actually experienced, which is a difference from all these other people in this space that have only been doing this 2 years and selling people thousands and thousands and thousands of dollar mentorship and courses. And I'm continuing to expose the misinformation because they lack the experience to be able to sell a person anything. So if I get up on this soapbox and say, "Lo, you a box trucker, you ain't a business person because you don't know your cost per mile." God damn it, you a box trucker, fam. Hold that. Let me put it in the chat. Check it out. I'm gonna put one in the chat. Hold that. Hold that. Matter of fact, let me put it in cap. Let me remove that. Somebody need to hold that. If you don't know your cost per mile, I need you to hold that L. Hold on to it. Put it in your back pocket where your cost per mile should be. And then maybe you'll figure out why you're not making no money. Because maybe your cost per mile is $1.70 and you taking loads off the load board for $1.50. Maybe that's why. Don't sit up here and tell me I ain't cooking. I'm cooking. People just don't want to hear the truth. So what we covered so far? We covered structure of business. We covered investing into something that you don't understand. We covered people not knowing their cost per mile, thinking they're a business owner, and you not. You not a business owner because you don't know your cost per mile. You not. Yeah, Mark. My company ABC123 LLC. So you don't know your cost per mile, fam. You a box truck. You ain't no business person. A box truck ain't good. When I say box trucker, that's bad. No business structure. All right, what else I want to hit next? Let's get into it since I mentioned it. Let's listen to unexperienced people. You come in, and this, for the life of me, I don't get this. I don't get this. I don't get this. This is what I don't get. Because now you got all these people getting exposed, right? But what I don't get is people come into a space. Let me see if I can put this into context for you. All right. People come into a space, they go to YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and then they see this person that they like, and then they buy their course or they buy their mentorship for whatever, thousands of dollars. Now, one thing I can say these people don't lie about is their journey. Everybody that I've seen has been completely honest about their journey. And most of these people started in 2021. What in the hell do you expect to learn from a person who only been doing it 2 years? And then you buy this shit for $10,000, $20,000, $5,000, and then you say, man, all this shit, I already knew. I got it off Google. Well, the person just showed you on their video they uploaded July 5th, 2021, just bought my first box truck. I am officially a box trucker. Let me show you how you can be a successful box trucker. I've been doing it 3 weeks. Buy my course for $500. Buy my mentorship for $5,000. Let me show you. And then when the market shifted, because these people were idiots and didn't understand business and didn't understand inflation, that it was going to come behind the pandemic because of all the money that was given out. And that due to all the money that was given out, that is what increased volume. And they didn't understand that when they started their business, that what they came into wasn't normal. All that volume and all those rates weren't normal, but they were pushing that on to people. And when the market corrected themselves, what did they do? They left y'all holding the bag. Channel just been abandoned since. Chris TV done switched over to guns. This person done switched to that. This person done switched to this. And then some of them just abandoned the channel altogether. And then some of the people failed and just came on the YouTube and created some video calling trucking trash because they failed after earlier that year or the year prior, they sold you this dream about how it was so great. And they were getting $10 million a mile, which they were. But it was because of the pandemic and all the money that was given out, right? For people to go spend, which increased the volume. But then when Marky Mark created his channel in 2022, and I told you I have been doing this for 13 years at that time, and I'm telling you, man, this is about to happen, this is about to happen. people just shoo me off, crack jokes and did this and that. And I sat patiently and said, all right, they'll see. And I'm going to blow past them because people going to remember they watched my video. And when everything started coming to fruition, which it still is today, shit that's happening right now, I told you last year this shit was going to happen. The people who've been following me since day one, they'll tell you that's why they in here. But no, you go listen to the people who only been doing this shit for 2-3 years. You a box trucker, fam. You not no business owner. Ain't no way in on God's green earth will I ever spend money on any business that I'm getting into with somebody who only been doing it a few weeks before me. What the hell I'm going to learn from them? Hold on, I got a button for you.
Yo, goof ass.
Is that in context? Is that in context for you? I'm cooking. Does that make sense? I'm not here to win favoritism. I'm not going to let me explain something to you. The people that have something to sell you that's bullshit, they never going to say shit to offend you. And if you're guilty of it, take the constructive criticism and fix your shit. I don't care if I offend you because I ain't got shit to sell you. I don't want to be your friend and keep you in my back pocket so when I release this new mentorship for $20 zillion, you know, you ain't gonna be like, well, F that dude, he talking shit online. No, I'm gonna talk shit. If you guilty of it, fix the shit. Take the constructive criticism and fix it. This might be the reason why your business is not doing good. I'm straight either way. I'm sitting up here kicking it with you. I'm giving you the information that you're looking for. And I'm not charging you for it. I'm disrupting the box trucker people. I'm doing what they can't do because they don't know it. And they hate that I'm doing it because they know I'm better at them than it. And I know more than them. And that's taking money out their pocket because I'm giving it to you for the free ski. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm smarter than them. You know it too. You just don't like the way I'm presenting it to you. You a box trucker. You don't like the fact that I'm calling you a box trucker. You don't like the fact that I'm telling you you're not a business person because you're not. You're not. You can't sit at the table. If you saw me and Kirk at a conference, you would not be able to sit at the table with us because you wouldn't understand what we was talking about because you haven't done the due diligence to understand the terminology that we speak. We speak business. We don't speak box trucker. You think I could scale a business from a pickup truck to 15 trucks and a warehouse being a box trucker? No. I was able to accomplish that by being a good businessman. I knew my cost. I knew when I went into an account and they offered me, I knew how to negotiate. When we got in warehouses, I knew how to leverage myself. I knew how to lean on the companies. I knew how to come in there and push my weight around because I knew I had more money than a lot of these other contractors. I knew I was a master contractor and I knew I could take whatever account and whatever routes I wanted because I had the leverage. Why? Because I was doing a lot of the cleanup work. They can't call on an independent contractor who got one truck to help them out when 2 or 3 other contractors' truck broke down and one called out. You know what they call Mark? Because Mark got a fleet of trucks. So Mark got leverage. Man, buddy over there, you know what? We've been covering his route for 3 days. His truck broke down. I need that. Well, what is he going to, man, when he come back, give him one of them routes. I don't know. I need that. All right, Mark. Shrewd. A box trucker don't operate like that. That's how a business person operates. But people want to come in and spend all this money and then complain. Like, I don't even know why people complaining about old girl. Most of the people, whether she did or whether she didn't, I don't give a damn. Whether she did or whether she did it. Most of the people that spent money with her bought that shit during the pandemic. They didn't do any due diligence. They just bought it because it sounded good, or they bought it because things looked good, or she had a bunch of diamonds on her hand, diamond bracelets, diamond rings. I sit up here every day in a black or white t-shirt, fam. I got everything they got. But me sitting up here with diamonds, tennis chains, jewelry, making sure I go put a Burberry polo on or a Gucci hoodie or something like that so you can see, ain't going to help you be successful in box trucking. I say this shit all the time. What's going to help you be successful in box trucking is what I got up here and my years of experience. And me telling you this shit. I don't give a goddamn if I came up here in a dingy white shirt that had holes and rips on it. If the information that I'm giving you is solid, that's going to help you more than what I drive or where I live, or when I go step out and I go live because you see me standing on couches and I got on Louis Vuitton skater sneakers, or I got on B22s or B23s. Or don't none of that stuff matter, because none of that stuff is going to help you be successful. So that's why I don't care to show it. But that's what people like buying into. So how can I deem you a good or a business person when you make ill-advised decisions? You make bad decisions. You make bad decisions off hiring consultation based off how they look instead of what coming out their mouth. A person that's going to sell you something for something that much, they have to show you something or give you something before they should be able to sell you something for that much. You go to the dealership and you go and you want to buy an S580, you're going to spend $160,000 on a car. Ain't you going to test drive it? Unless you to that level where you could just order a car and have it shipped. But a lot of people ain't at that level yet. A lot of people that's coming into the box truck space ain't at that level. But people was quick to take their little tools and fuse money and go give it to somebody that they never heard. Bandman Kevo. Man, they never drove a box truck. People know that, but yet still he made a bag off of selling box truck courses. The man in his video said, yo, you can do 10 moves a day. When a person who owns a moving company, there's no way on God's green earth you're going to be able to do 10 moves a day. The man said, you get up at 8 in the morning, you could do 10 moves. That's a goddamn lie, because you need to be at your first move by 8. You need to be at your first move by 8 to get three moves done. If you got 3 one-bedrooms, you need to be at your first move somewhere between 7 and 9 a.m. So how the hell you going to get up at 8 and expect to get 10 moves done? This is what this man said in his video. But people went out and spent money on that course. The man said you can make $1 million verbatim in a box truck. $1 million in a box truck. That's a goddamn lie. But people went out and bought it. You a box trucker, fam. On my soul, you a box trucker. You not no business person. You can't sit at the table with a guy like me because you make decisions off emotions and what you see. Business people use their critical thinking skills. I make decisions based off my critical thinking skills. Man, I thank God my mama was a teacher. I swear, I thank God my OG was a teacher, and she instilled things in me that I see a lot of other people don't have. I thank God that I went to school and learned, and when I brought my black ass home at the end of the day, she taught me that too. On the weekend, she was teaching me. Thank you, Lord. Because a lot of people don't use their critical thinking skills. There's no way on God's green earth I'm going to spend an egregious amount of money on somebody that showed me they just started this goddamn business a month ago. And I'm going to spend $5,000 with them and expect to learn something? If they started in a month, what you think they know that you ain't going to know 30 days later? That you can't just go Google and find out on your own self? So how can I classify you as a business person? You a box trucker. You're not no business person. But see, they're not going to tell you this because they want to sell you something. Well, I ain't got nothing to sell you. But I got more experience than all of them. And I don't need your money. So I can be the guy that's going to tell you what it is. I don't care if I offend you because you a box trucker and you're not running your business right, or you don't know your cost per mile, or you don't know the difference between that LLC and you commingling funds, and you don't understand that running under an LLC, it's easier to pierce the corporate veil for courts and you invested into something that you fully don't understand. And you didn't create a business plan. And you bought a box truck because you listened to somebody on the internet say, yeah, get a box truck. You can go sign up with this company, and you live in middle America. And because you didn't do a business plan, you ain't done a market analysis to realize that the nearest 3PL is 250 miles away from you, close next to the nearest town. And you stay in the middle of America. You stay in a rural area. You stay in a town with 3,000 people. But you went and got the truck. Now you want to DM me because you listen to so-and-so and they told you go do this and you didn't do your due diligence. Now you stuck with a truck in the middle of nowhere and you don't want to go OTR because you thought you could do something local. Hey, Pippi. Hey, Axel. Be cool, bro. Be cool. Be cool. Is that in context for you? Did I put it in the context for you good enough? Hit the like button. If I'm cooking, man, put them fire emojis in the chat. Because somebody said they was in here for 15 minutes and they couldn't put in the context. I still can't figure it out. And somebody else said I was venting. How? Venting for somebody else's failure? Come on, man. What's next? What else can I tell? Because right now the chat says 68, and we know that's cap. 68 say I'm a business person. We got 16% say I'm a box trucker. We got another 16% say I lost. That 68% ain't right. That 68%, really 20%. I swear to God it is. On everything I love. I guarantee you, everything that I love, the stuff that I already covered, people in that 68% are guilty of it. Every single person that's done came up on that testimonial show are guilty of this shit, especially the commingling of funds. Majority of the people have pierced the corporate veil. For the life of me, I still can't understand the other day after going through all that shit, why it took so long to get him to understand that. What is it with people and these influencer people, these people that sell these dreams? Why do people hold so much loyalty to these? So even when I expose the misinformation, 2 hours, break it down, expose it. Man, damn, bro. Man, you gonna go get your money back? Nah, man, I can't do big bro like that. What? Are you kidding me? I just broke down that the shit you bought was bullshit. Not only did I break it down, I showed you, I proved it to you. Nah. What's next? Listen, if you rob from the sustainability of your business, which kind of marries commingling. All right, so if you rob from the sustainability of your business, you a box trucker. Me and you ain't the same. You can't sit at the table with the business people. You can't deem yourself a business person. You a box trucker, fam. My soul, you a box trucker. Nah, Mark, but Mark, I gotta take care of I gotta take care of home. So you wanted to be a business. You wanted to start a business, right? All right. This is business. If you want a safety net, go punch a clock, fam. Now you commingling funds. You piercing the corporate veil. And you a LLC. Your mentor, your coach didn't tell you spent all that money. They didn't tell you this shit though, did they? You want to say you own your business. They didn't tell you that, did they? But Mark, I got to take care of home. I got a family, man. F your family. You wanted to run a business. The business don't give a F about your family. All the business cares about is the business is making money. What do people understand about that? Like, how more graphic do I have to explain that a business doesn't care about your family? You build a business up to be successful so that it can sustain on its own. And while it's sustaining on its own, it's paying you. And then with the money that you get paid from the business, you take care of your family with that. The business doesn't take care of your family. The business pays employees and sustains with cash flow. Well, I got bills. Man, fuck your bills. You got bills? Make more money so that you can pay yourself, so that you can take care of your crib and your family. The business don't take care of your family. Make more money. And while you trying to make more money, decrease your living. Sacrifice. People don't want to sacrifice. How can I call you a business person? You ain't trying to sacrifice, fam. How is it that you profiting, but when the truck break down and it's $1,000 fix, you ain't got the money, but you've been making the money? Well, where the money at? You've been taking the money from the business to take care of home. You've been robbing from the sustainability of the business. Now the business can't sustain for something minor as $1,000 fix. You ain't got the bread. Why? Because you thought that after you ran this weekend, you grossed $5,000, and after you paid off everything, it was $2,500 left, just to make the math easy, or let's say $2,000 left. You thought that's what you got paid. You a goddamn lie. That's why you not a business person. That's why you a box trucker. Well, man, Mark, I grossed $5,000 after I paid my showers and my tolls, and I factored in my fuel and my insurance and my rental or my note. It was $2,000 left, so that's what I got paid. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. That's what's left. No, that's not what you got paid. Yes, it is. No, it ain't. Yes, it is. No, it ain't. How much you pay yourself? $2,000. How much you pay the business? What you mean? How much did you cash flow the business? What's that? These are the questions. What's that? You a box trucker. So you taking the statement, now you paying and you living life off the business. You ain't paid yourself. The business ain't got no money. The business broke. You got a broke box truck business because you've been robbing from it. Because you ain't been paying yourself. You don't know how to pay yourself. You don't even know what cash flow is. You don't understand that you have to cash flow the business in order for the business to sustain. But then you want to say, hey, here's my business card. ABC 123 Chuck It LLC, Mike Jones, owner. You a box trucker, fam. You ain't no business owner. How you think you gonna sit and be able to have a business conversation with a guy like me? You won't be able to, because you didn't do none of the stuff I said before this. You didn't structure your business correctly, or you didn't understand the structures of business because you paid someone instead of doing it yourself, and they ain't broke it down to you because they don't know what the hell they doing. They just know they're going to go to your state, file an article of incorporation. They're going to go get your EIN for free, your DOT for free. They're going to include that $300 out of that money that they charge you. They're going to take $300 out of that and go get your MC. They done it so much it's repetitive to them, but they don't fully understand what each thing is. They didn't take the time to ask you, well, what's your plans for your business? What do you plan 5 years down the line? Do you plan on scaling? Yeah, I plan on having 10 trucks and employees. Well, you know what? Maybe you should do an S Corp. Maybe you should do an S Corp. If you plan on scaling and going up, maybe it's better that you do an S Corp if you're going to have employees. If you plan on just, you and your truck, then, you can entrust that you're going to do the right thing. And you probably could stick with an LLC with that. But if you plan on having an infrastructure built out with a multitude of trucks and a multitude of employees, you might want to reconsider an S Corp. And here's why. But no, you ran off the LLC because an influencer told you. And it was easy for you. To me, an LLC ain't nothing but a glorified sole proprietorship, fam. But you want to come to me and talk about scaling on an LLC in a trucking industry. Investing in stuff you don't understand, no business plan, robbing from the sustainability, listen to unexperienced people, no business, don't know your cost per mile, and just taking money, sending money to Boo Bay from the business account so she can go shopping. Here, let me send some money let me Zelle you some money from the business account so you go get the kids Christmas toys. Commingling funds, fam. Fam, you didn't know that was a thing, huh? You didn't know you was piercing the corporate veil, did you, huh? You didn't know that if your business goes out of business with that LLC and you commingle funds, you misuse of the entity, they're gonna get you for a lot of stuff. Capital One, Chase, all these banking institutions, they're gonna pierce that corporate veil and they're gonna come hold you accountable. See, your favorite mentor or box truck coach or the person you pay $800 to set your structure business, see, they didn't tell you none of that. You're not a business person. You're a box trucker. And this is why when people come up on my platform one by one, I knock them down. When they get in the chat talking all crazy and I drop that link for them, I do this. When I'm dropping the link, this is what I'm doing. You know why? Because I'm about to get a workout in. Slight work. I'm about to get me a little workout in. I'm finna work out real quick. People be so in the chat just, dropping that shit. Then when I come up here and I drop that link and they come up here, then you wonder why they call me Marlo Mark. You wonder why won't nobody take that $10,000 bet for a debate. The $10,000 still up there. Won't nobody take it. I went on Vic Channel the other day. He declined it. He don't want to deal with Mark. So I put 10,000 up. They calling me Marlo Mark. Everybody that jump up here get knocked down. I mean, what else? People don't know their cost per mile. They robbing from the sustainability business. They commingling funds. They don't have no structure, no business plan, nothing. They just flapping in the wind, but then want to say the trucking industry is trash. If you're not willing to do what it takes or sacrifice whatever for your box truck business, then my friend, you are a box trucker. If you're not willing to do whatever it takes, if you're not willing to sacrifice for your box truck business, then you're a box trucker. It's your business. How the hell you start a business and you not willing to sacrifice for it? You not willing to put your head down and get to work and do whatever it is you need to do to build this business. Fam, no one forced you to start a business. You wanted to start a business for all the wrong shit because somebody on the internet told you financial freedom, generational wealth, blah, blah, blah. It's bullshit, fam. And then now you in it, you realize it was all cap. If that's the reason why you wanted to start a business, then shit. Like Buddy the other day, man, I just want to get rich. That's what's on his mind. And that's what's on most of y'all mind. Y'all just want to get rich. That should not be on your mind. The only thing that should be on your mind is building a successful business. Everything else is going to follow. If on your mind is being rich, then you're not thinking about building. And this is why you're failing. Because everything that I talked about earlier, and I put you in that category as a box truck, you skipped all that stuff because your mind is focused on being rich. How you gonna be rich, fam, and you in a competitive industry, and you gonna go against a dog like me or Kurt? We're gonna take advantage of you, fam. We're gonna put our foot on your neck and laugh while we doing it. I'm gonna put my foot on your neck, fam. Because I'm gonna have one conversation with you. I'm gonna realize you don't know what the hell you talking about, and I'm gonna toy with you. How you gonna bid against a guy like me? How you gonna go into a warehouse against a guy like me or a guy like Kurt when there's people in this industry that got more experience and more educated and more knowledgeable, and you haven't done the minimal due diligence to realize, yo, I need to be careful. I need to make wise decisions because the learning curve in this industry is very expensive. It costs for the learning curve, fam. The learning curve costs, and then trucking is really expensive. This ain't like Walmart, man, and a bottle of peanut butter fall off the shelf and it busts. Walmart might have paid 80 cents for that jar of peanut butter, and then they charging you $2.99. Okay, that's loss. Walmart allots billions a year for loss. Whatever falls on the loss, theft, claims, damages, it's okay. We got it, whatever the budget is. Let's say $5 billion. I don't know what the budget is, but they have a budget for loss. And they still make billions of dollars a year. Fam, you ain't Walmart. The learning curve going to be really expensive for you. You started this business. Didn't nobody force you to start this business. You listened to these people. You wanted to come on and start a business. Now you got to work. See, you didn't realize that when you start a business, it requires work. You didn't know that. You didn't know in order for the business to build and become successful, you got to work. And before you start the work, you got to deep dive into some information. The best tool that you can acquire was given to you at birth, and you don't even use it. The best tool you could acquire on this earth was given to you at birth, and 90% of people that I've seen in this space don't use it. And that's your brain. You don't use it. You don't exercise it. Exercise your brain? Yeah. Exercise your brain, box trucker. Feed your brain knowledge. Learn you something. You know why I can get up here and talk this talk confidently, and when people jump in my thing, my lip doesn't quiver and I don't fix my glasses and stuff like you seen the other night and get nervous and all that goofball shit? Because I got experience. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And the reason why I can drop the link is because I don't give a goddamn. I know when 9 times out of 10, the person who's gonna come by, I'm gonna be able to destroy him. Why? Because I know what's up here. Knowledge is power. So how do you expect to win if you ain't got the knowledge? How do you get the knowledge? Creating a business plan, doing your due diligence, learning you something so you can understand, knowing what you're investing in. Don't invest in something you fully don't understand, but to understand it, you got to do your due diligence and educate yourself on it. And you do that by doing a goddamn business plan. And then people want to jump in my chat talking about they own this and LLC this, don't know they cost per mile that, and want to call back, throw these goofball numbers around that don't make sense. And then when it come up, then I have to do what I do, catch another body and expose their favorite mentor or coach that sold them this bullshit for thousands of dollars. But you don't want to do the work. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do the education, and you don't want to do the physical work, but you want the business to just jump up and be successful. Go get you a job, fam. Or continue to be a box trucker. And while you continue to be a box trucker, about 3% of people will actually do what they're supposed to do. The people that listen to me on this channel, nothing but great success stories. Why? You're going to be the person that the people that listen to me are going to continue to step on. You're going to be the person that continues to make ill-advised decisions, right? And the people that are real business people, right, that are shrewd business people are going to continue to take advantage of. You're going to be the person that every time you bid on something, you wonder why you can't get it. And you saying, man, people take a cheap freight, because the person that listens to me is going to enter into the business the correct way. And they're going to be able to profit and be more competitive when it comes to bidding on loads, because they didn't jump out the window and go do some dumb shit. You're going to be the person that follows a trend and buy shit because it's popular and everybody's talking about getting into the box trucking, getting into this, getting into Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. But the people that listen to me, they're going to pivot when I tell them to pivot. They're going to buy into these things early. And when these things get popular, we're exiting because the real money has already been made. We need people like you, fam. We need box truckers, because you are the people that we sell our assets. When we buy them in early for the cheap, we sell them to you high. So you want to be a box trucker, or you want to be a business person? Do you want to be the person who buys things low and sells high? Or do you want to be the person and continue to be the person who buys into things on a trend high and get caught left holding the bag? Because if you bought in during the pandemic and you listen to one of these goofballs, right? You spent $90,000 on a truck. You was renting a truck for goddamn $1,500, $2,000 a mile, a week. 50 cent a mile, whatever these ungodly ass numbers was, and you struggling, and then they done went out of business, left you holding it back, or they done sold you some bullshit saying the way you come up with your cost per mile, you take 100,000 miles because that's the average, and you divide it by 34 cents or some bullshit that don't make sense, using hypothetical ass numbers instead of using the real numbers, because you got a truck you running, you use real numbers, not some hypothetical bullshit. You're going to continue to fail. You're going to continue to lose. And my team, my squad, these MGMs over here, we're going to be the people that's going to sell the shit to you. And we ain't going to have no remorse, because you running off of hope. You listening to people who don't know shit. You buying into trends. You buying into bullshit. The real money already been made, fam. You got the rug pulled from under you, fam. You know what we call that in the market? A rug pull. If you bought in during the pandemic and you struggling now because you listen to somebody and you enter and you didn't know what the hell you was doing because you didn't do your research, the rug got pulled from under you, fam. You're a box trucker, fam. You're not no business person, because a business person wouldn't have allowed that to happen. A business person would have understood why the volume was high, because they would have did their due diligence and they would have understood the market. A business person would have understood the economies of scale. A business person would understand the economy based off the money that was given. You would have known inflation was coming behind that. You would have known that it was an overcapacity of people entering into the market because they had money. They went out and bought trucks. You would have known the volume was going to drop, but then there was still going to be that overabundance of capacity. Now you got more people fighting for freights. You would have understood that it's a spot market, keyword market, based off supply and demand. You would have did research on trucking and realized that the president in 1980 deregulated trucking to make it a market, to drive prices down, to be competitive. So those prices driving the market down, right, because it's competitive, those savings get passed along to the consumers in the big box retail stores. You would know all this stuff, fam. But you didn't do your research. You listened to Boo Bay on Instagram and you bought his course for $2 million. And now you up here sad and shit. Ain't got a pot to piss in, a window to throw the shit out of. You are the people that bought Shiba Inu when TikTokers was telling you to buy it. I was the guy who bought it 3 years ago when it was 9 zeros and sold it to you high. And then it dropped. Left you holding the bag, fam. Thank you. Hold these bags, fam. Thank you, man. I need that 80,000. Appreciate you. Hold these bags. Hold them. Do me a favor, fam. Hold these bags. Thank you. I appreciate you. Don't be a box trucker. Be a business person so you can have a seat at the table and you can talk this fly shit with me. It's okay to be smart. It's okay to be educated. It's okay to know what you're investing in. It's wolves out here. If you don't know business, you're going to lose. If you can't forecast, you're going to lose. Guy said not too long ago, well, I worry about what's going on right now. What type of shit is that to say? A business person should be able to forecast. You want to know what's coming ahead so you can know how to pivot. But this is what the favorite influencers are saying. And that it's like a shot at me, but everybody over here winning. We ain't over here giving out bullshit formulas. We winning. Why? Because I got years and years and years and years of experience. And I've realized that no matter how much I give you the information, you ain't going to do it no way. So who cares, right? Why? Because you don't want to go do the due diligence. You want the success of Mark and Kirk, but you're not willing to put in the work. You're not willing to make the sacrifice. So I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. So we got creative investors said a business plan ain't nothing but one big ass lie, one big ass guess. So have a plan, have a strategy, do your research, study, take notes, yes, but an actual business plan. I 100% disagree. I 100% disagree. I 100% disagree. You don't have a plan. So that means you just going into stuff willy-nilly. Business plan. So basically what he just said is have a plan, have a strategy, do your research, study, take notes. Yes. What you think a plan is? A plan is a strategy. You said don't have a plan. Well, you said in the words of the great Dan Pena. Well, I don't know who Dan Pena is, but he's full of shit. So I'm hoping that Dan Pena said that and you don't go with what Dan Pena said, because a plan is a strategy. You're putting it on paper. You're understanding your. How do you not do a business plan? Let's break this down. I love a good challenge. Don't do a business plan, right? What's in a business plan? All right. Something that's in the business plan is a market analysis. You know how many people have come to me and said, Mark, I was bought this course from this person. I live in boom fuck Arkansas somewhere, right? Population 3,000 people. I bought this truck. I don't want to go over the road because I got a family. I thought there would be an Amazon near me or a goddamn logistics company near me. But now I'm realizing that the nearest logistics company, the nearest Amazon is by, what's in Arkansas? What's the major town in Arkansas? Whatever the major town is. I don't know. What am I going to do? Man, did you do a business plan? No. Well, if you would have did a business plan, a part of the business plan is a market analysis. And when you would have got to the market analysis, you would have researched your market to know what options were available to you before you went out and you bought an $80,000 truck. So someone who tells me to don't do a business plan doesn't make any sense. Little Rock, Arkansas. So don't do it. So you're right. Listen to creative investor. Don't do a business plan. And I swear to God, you'll fail. I promise you, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. Listen to him. Don't do a business plan like so many other people did and got caught left holding the bag. Because some of the key things in a business plan, right, is going to prevent you from failing because you're going to be forced to do the research. You know how many people have come to me that didn't do a business plan, that bought a truck, listened to people, and was nothing in their area? They didn't even have enough common sense to even, maybe I should look to see what opportunities are available before they went and bought the truck. But the business plan would have forced them to do so. So why wouldn't you do a business plan? You're right. Don't do a business plan. Don't. Because you're going to be the person who's going to buy something like a truck for 80, 90,000, don't do a business plan, live in the middle of Boonesfuck, Arkansas somewhere. Then once you get the truck, you get the note, $3,000 a month, $1,800, $2,000 a month for the insurance. Then you go decide to go find somewhere to do. You can't go over the road because you just had a newborn baby, so you're looking for local. So now you go apply with Amazon. Amazon tell you the nearest thing is in Little Rock, but that's 250 miles. The nearest 3PL is another 150 miles, and then you call me, and then you're going to be stuck. They're going to come take your truck, repo it, or let's say you got some type of settlement and you bought it cash, and now you can't move it. That's 80 grand gone. Your settlement money gone, right? And this is where smart people like me are going to be able to take advantage of you, because now you need the money. So now you're desperate. So now you're going to sell a newer truck for dirt cheap, and a person like me who has cash on hand is going to buy it from you. I'm going to prey on your bad decisions because you didn't do a business plan. I'm going to buy it to you. I'm going to take advantage of your desperation. I'm going to offer you something like 20 grand. You're going to take it, and I'm going to go sell it for 40 or 50 because I can sit and hold it. So don't do a business plan. Don't do a business plan. Who is this? Who is this? Mike Davis. Hold on. This dude, Mike Davis, calling me a goofy, you don't need no plan. All right, bet. There go the link, Mike Davis. There you go. Mike Davis said you don't need no plan. I just dropped the link for him. So I want to know why you don't need no business plan when you start a business. So I dropped the link. See how he called me a name and I didn't get all upset and emotional and all that stuff? We're going to see what Mike Davis got to say. Let's set a timer for Mike Davis. I ain't got all day to wait on him. Hold on. Let's set a timer for Mike Davis. Let's set a timer for Mike Davis. Oh, there you go. What time we want to set it? We're going to give Mike Davis another minute. Let's give Mike Davis another minute. We want to make sure we fair. The man that called me names and everything. We'll see. Mike Davis, like one of the guys, when you see him out in public and you trying to figure out why he's staring at you, because he admire you, he just scared to come up and say hello. Man, he ain't even talking in the chat no more. Damn. Okay. All right. All right. There you have it. Let me tell you something. When I tell you your brain is your sharpest tool, when I tell you your brain is your sharpest weapon, your brain is your sharpest weapon. You don't need a gun. You don't need a knife. You don't need none of that shit. Your brain. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. So a person can say whatever they want in the chat, but me, I'm going to drop the link. So we gave him a good, 4-5 minutes? He said we would team Box Truck Shorty. Okay, I ain't said shit about Box Truck Shorty tonight. All my subliminals been towards Vic. See, I say who I'm talking about. I have no problem. So what you telling me that for, fam? You need to go holler at big homie on Instagram that's been on your man ass. I ain't on your man ass. Go holler at big homie on Instagram that's been shooting at your man. Ain't nothing I said was about Buddy. You just over here want to say something. But you got your little minutes of fame. I dropped the link, so you didn't come up. So it is what it is. So anyway, I guess I can get back to the well, that pretty much was the end of it. That was the end of it. That's why I entertained Mike Davis for a minute. Because I wanted a little workout. I needed a little workout. You know what I'm saying? Exercise these brain muscles real quick before I go to bed. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't want to come up. I don't blame him, though. I don't blame him. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you again. I said it earlier. Knowledge is your strongest weapon. Your brain is your brain, man. Exercise your brain. Fill your brain up with information and you won't go wrong. And then when people like Mike Davis come into the chat and say goofy stuff and call me a goofy and say you don't need a business plan, you see, I don't get emotional. I don't get nervous. I just dropped the link. I dropped the link because we could come up and we can discuss it. And then you can explain to me why not having a business plan is better to start a business. And I'll explain to you why it's better to have a business plan. And then we can let the chat determine who's right. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I don't know. I'm like that, buddy. I didn't need a business plan. Bacho Show got us right now and we made it. Why you keep talking about him? Why are you over here? I ain't talking about him. It's a whole man on Instagram that's devoted the past 2 months to coming at Box Truck Shorty. I ain't said nothing about the man. So what are you telling me? Well, you know what? Right now, I just think you trolling and you ain't got shit else to do. So this is what we gonna do. Because I dropped the link. See, here's the thing. I dropped the link for you to come up. It's been over 5 minutes now. So this is what we gonna do. Boop. We didn't even block him. We didn't even block him. I didn't block him. I just put him on timeout. You see what I'm saying? Because when you call somebody out and then I pull up and I drop the link and you don't come up, that means you woofing. Then you coming over here name dropping people that I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about box truck versus business owner. So, and then you talking about millionaires, but who ain't a millionaire, fam? Who ain't? Who ain't? So it is what it is. So he didn't pull up. So I guess we can probably put him on the board too. We can probably put him on the board too, because he said drop the link. We dropped the link. We waited about 10 minutes now. He's still talking in the chat, but he didn't hit the link. So we can chalk him up too. All right, so boom. That's it, guys. Just be a good business owner. You know, we wanted to make the live tonight entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I meant everything I said. If you fall victim to any one of those categories that I spoke on and you're guilty of that, don't take offense to it. Just fix it. That's it. Just fix it. If you robbing from the sustainability of their business, how does somebody come in here and challenge somebody who's telling people the right things to do? Like, don't rob from the sustainability of their business. And then comes name drop somebody that ain't nobody talking about. That's a disruptor. He just want to disrupt the chat. That's somebody that's not even probably who he advocating for. That's somebody that's over here that's doing something because they want to disrupt the chat, but they too scared to pull up. They want you to drop the link, but they won't pull up. Come on, man. We need the content, man. You're going to make for a good show, and it's going to be good exercise for me. But since you don't want to, I'm going to tell you what. Fam. I'm going to need you to hold something for me. Hit that like button, too. Do me a favor, man. Hold that L for me. Hold that L until next time for me, fam. Can you do that for me? Do me a favor, man. Hold that L. All right, creative investor, man. I'm not finna go back and forth with you, man. I don't know why, you think not making a business plan is not a good idea. But go ahead. Don't create a business plan. Don't research. Business plan ain't nothing but research and putting things, writing it down, and typing it up. A plan. How do you go into something without a plan? NBA teams, when they plan against another team, they study, they watch film, they plan. How do we stop Michael Jordan? How do we stop LeBron James? You hire a developer to build you a house. They create a plan. They hire an architect. They draw up some blueprints. They plan it. The developer hires a general contractor. They plan. They go pull permits. They plan it all. How do you start a business without a plan? I don't know, bro. I sat down. I said, okay, I'm going to talk about box trucker versus business person part 3. It's clear I'm not reading off of nothing. I'm cooking, but I still planned it out. I wrote down bullet points. The bullet points, I'm going to expound on my bullet points. My bullet points, I wrote them down. They're right here. BT versus BP. I wrote my bullet points down, and then I look at my bullet point, investing, boom, and then I cook. I plan. You think I'm going to get up here and just not have a plan? Great Polo already dropped the link. He didn't hit it. He threatened me in the chat. He called me a goofy. Dropped the link, goofy. I dropped the link. I didn't get upset. I let him say what he said. I dropped the link and I waited. He never hit it. So, and then he's name dropping somebody that somebody ain't even talking about. So cool. Like, I don't understand why people worry about what other people are doing. That's not even affecting them. I don't understand why someone would come in here and try to disrupt my chat, and I'm telling people the right things to do. Create a business plan. Know what you're investing into before you invest into it. Like, how does that not make sense? Know your cost per mile. So I guess Mike Davis going to say, don't worry about your cost per mile either. Don't know what it's costing you to operate. Christina said she just bought 2 startup trucking companies because they didn't know. Exactly. All right, y'all. Good live tonight. Just be a better business person. Don't be a box trucker. Don't be a person who doesn't know what the hell they doing out here in these streets. 68% say I'm a business person. I know that 68% is cap. That 68% need to be lower. We need to see I'm a box truck a little bit higher, and I'm a lost soul with a box truck a little bit higher. Why? Because I got the data. We've seen it over and over and over and over and over again, you know, and stop listening to these people that, and listen, when I say stop listening to these people, I'm talking about the people who feeding you misinformation. Misinformation. All right. People feeding you good information, then it's all good. People that's feeding misinformation, don't listen to them. We saw a classic example of that 2 nights ago. So whoever this Mike Davis is, this live stream wasn't for your man. It wasn't for anybody's man. It was for box truckers, people who are in box truckers, who are in box trucks, versus people who are business people. All right. So with that being said, don't you investing into a business to be a business person, to be successful. Run your business like a business. Don't be a box trucker. Stop listening to people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. Make better decisions for your business. Know your cost per mile. Know what it's costing you to operate your truck. Stop robbing from the sustainability of your business. Stop commingling funds. Fully have an understanding of what you're investing in. Know the difference between the different structures of business. It was a guy we highlighted 2 weeks ago who started his trucking company as a sole proprietorship, but we got goofballs like Mike Davis that's coming over here saying don't do it. So now this dude get into an accident as a sole proprietor, he don't have no structure protecting him. But you got a guy like Mike Davis that's saying don't do it. Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it. On that note, guys, it's been fun. I'm out.